He's Cromwell's a human barbarian. He lived on the streets as a little kid growing up. Ended up in the slave pits after assaulting a guard when he was caught stealing food, I should say. So he's spent a lot of time in the slave pits fighting. And then he specializes in unorthodox combat. Unarmed, improvised weapons, you name it.
Nice. Okay, Josh, tell us about Merrick Maplesap.
Willow.
Good. Okay. Mark was a clerk for many years in a small Hampton village. After an event happened, he traveled to a big city, discovered magic, and has dedicated his life to basically becoming a wizard, even though halflings aren't normally wizards. And he's in pursuit of something, but I'm not really going to share that yet. He's used to helping out people who aren't as smart as he is, and patiently explaining anything and everything to others. He enjoys a good mystery, and he enjoys overlooking obvious solutions in favor of complicated ones. That's enough for now.
Sweet. All right, Scott, let's hear about yours.
So Ethel has a little bit of a confused childhood. He was raised by two scholars. He rebelled against that. He attempted to find his own way, and in doing so, he kind of lost the favor of his parents. They were killed in a tragic accident, and a wood chipper was magically converted to life. It's a long story. I won't go into that. And since that time, he's been trying to find his center again. Helping people, at the same time trying to earn.
Hey, I see. What's his face now? Your camera's working, buddy.
Hey, there we go. You got muscles.
Yeah. The hat really sells it.
Sorry.
Oh, and he's an elf cleric. Wood elf.
That's right. Wood elf cleric. Okay, next in line looks like Ace is on my screen.
All right, I'm playing Eldron Moonstrider. He's an elf who is actually exiled from his people for 100 years for falling in love with the wrong person who was to be married to a local prince.
Nice.
He's exiled to a frozen wasteland where he eventually learned from druids there and picked up a thing or two. And now that the 100 years is starting to end, he's gone off to find his place in the world again.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Muscles Elwatar, tell us about your guy.
So Elwatar is he was a soldier in the army. Armor passed down throughout his family and lived his life under a military rule, and continued on throughout the military. Became an officer and left the military over difference of opinion.
Nice.
Was it the Red Army?
Okay.
Red Army.
Well, let's. The sign-up post kind of gave an idea of what we're looking for, but here's the crash course of what we want to do with this campaign. I already run a permanent campaign. We're just about done with the Tyranny of Dragons saga after over a year, and we've talked about how we kind of wanted a thing where it's not an epic journey to the end. So instead, we're going to run one-shots every week. The characters will move from one-shot to one-shot, looking for. Everybody finishes in a session, so if you can't make next week, no biggie. I don't have this awkward thing where I'm like, how do we explain him not being here? People are going to be free to come and go as much as they want. We kind of have 3 core slots for Joshua, Nick, and Scott, my oldest younger brother, my best friend, and my internet stalker. And then the other 4 slots are going to be just kind of flex slots. If you can make it, cool, you're in. If you can't make it, we'll pull someone from the on deck and keep it going. Tonight's adventures are going to be very short ones. There's about 5 total things, but each one's about an hour. So we'll do at least 2, and if you guys want, we'll do a 3rd one. Just kind of depends how time's going. I figure we got a little bit of a late start with the technical difficulties. And the stream will always go up on my YouTube. I'll have links to the playlist soon on my Fantasy Ground signature. I wanted to start with a really old school feel. That's why we're doing common races only. And because we're looking at one-shot sessions, we're going to really kind of jump right in on the hook and just get the adventure going. So just want everyone to be braced for that. Then I'm pretty much going to be like, okay, here's how we started, and go. So,
all right, Combat Monkey.
Any questions for you guys? My house rules right now are a short rest does not automatically identify a magic item. You'll either need to use the identification spell or experimentation. I tend to go with, like, I play in the rules, but I use common sense and then find ways for the rules to apply to that. I'm a pretty easygoing DM. If you don't have a solid grasp on the rules, just tell me what you want to do. I'll figure it out. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think I really have any other special rules. I pretty much run a straight 5e game. If it sounds awesome, I'll probably figure out a way to do it. You'll just have to roll more skill checks.
Is the sharpshooter. You said you want to do that, or no?
We're not even to those feats, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I do have a thing with the sharpshooter feat, and as well as power attack, that instead of like you ignore cover and double range and do power attacks, that you can pick one you want to do at any given time. So like you can have double range, but you don't ignore cover then, or you can ignore cover, but you don't get power attacks then, etc. So, but that's a maybe. I'm not decided on that yet.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm new to Fantasy Ground, so if I'm missing something, don't feel free to speak up and guide me in the right direction.
Anything you need, let me know. I can also jump into your sheet if you're having trouble and tell you where it's at. I figured this first session was going to have a learning process with people learning Fantasy Grounds. You'll see that I've set up pretty much everything on your character sheets already. All your attacks, for example, you'll see them on your Actions tab. I've also added your Dwarven Resilience and your Second Wind ability. When it's on the Actions display at the bottom, it'll allow you to have those buttons for ready access to click. Let me see, did I put everybody on the tracker? Let me get Brian off of it.
The tracker is a cross swords in the upper right corner if you don't know.
Yeah, in the top right corner, there's a pair of cross swords. It's a combat tracker. You will want to have that up pretty much all the time.
It is really nice to have.
And then the other one just to the right of that's the party sheet, which kind of gives you a summary of how the party's doing, and it's a decent idea to have that available too.
Why is Burgess almost dead?
Someone was testing Ice Knife on him the other day.
Yeah, that was last name was spells.
The druid kicked the shit out of me. I know a couple of you have, let's see, Elwitar, you need to click your Dwarven Resilience ability. You might actually be the only one, because it'll give you resistance on your character.
Do I click it under the abilities?
See the little button next to it, next to the word Dwarven Resilience, on your Actions tab. There should be a little picture of a dude. Click that, and there it goes. It added the. So now, if you take poison damage, it'll automatically have it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't think anyone else has any permanent things like that, so it should cover it. Some of you do have abilities that are just you need to pay attention, like the halfling can reroll a 1, so just need to watch for those when they happen. So if you guys are ready, I guess we can get started with session 1 of the weekly one-shots.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's crush the face.
The 5 of you are all adventurers that have, for whatever various means and reasons, have found yourself in the city of Flan. It's a mid-sized city on the northern shores of the Moon Sea, which is pretty inland, just east of the Sword Coast. And you are, you've just arrived here. You're all, for whatever reasons, kind of looking for adventure. Some of you are looking for power. Some of you are looking for money. Some of you are just searching for your purpose. But you all, and some of you are here because you're here to protect the weak and fight evil. So, but you've all found that the adventurer's life suits you. So, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read some text and I'll dump it in as well, so you don't have to remember everything I say. So you were told that Madame Friona's tea kettle was a place where adventurers could find work and avoid the hassle associated with other places in Flynn. So far, that's been true. Madame Friona, a stout and officious halfling who runs the establishment with her 5 daughters, has proven an excellent hostess. Although you have had to share a common bunk room with several other adventurers, the evening meal has been excellent and the atmosphere pleasant. As you are preparing to bunk down for the evening, one of Friona's daughters peeks into the room. She calls out to you, including all of you, into the hall. "Pardon my interruption," says the halfling girl named Reese, one of Friona's 5 daughters, just shy of adulthood. "A chap came into the common room downstairs and asked me to fetch you. Something about some coin needing to change hands for an easy job." She plays with her curly red hair nervously.
Yeah.
What's this chap look like?
She doesn't have a lot of detail. She tells you that he had a cowl that was pulled down low over his face, so she didn't really get a good look at him.
Shady one.
I just have an ugly face.
All right.
And this guy's downstairs.
I guess yes, downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, all of you head downstairs to meet the Harper.
I make sure Brim comes downstairs and leaves the girl alone.
There's no brim here.
Oh, there's no Brim.
So, as you get downstairs, you see a man at a large table in the corner who beckons you over. And as you're walking up, several of you notice he has an insignia of a crescent moon and a star that many of you recognize as a symbol of the Harpers, which is a group of kind of vigilante do-gooders. They believe that power should not run unchecked, and they are that balance against it.
Sounds like a great thing for a druid.
They believe in, for the most part, staying within the law. He invites you to sit at the table. He has his face is obscured by his hood, and he has a very low voice. Anyone who's trained in insight, give me a roll real quick. This is a good opportunity to point out the dice tower. In the bottom right of your screen, down by the token button, there's a little symbol of a tower. If you roll a skill check in that, it will show me the result, but it won't show you what you rolled. That way, you're not aware of your success rate. Anytime you're rolling a skill check that you probably wouldn't immediately know the result, please roll in the tower, and that way I'll know, but it maintains the mystery.
Yeah, by rolling.
Like if you're making an athletics check to arm wrestle, you can roll that straight because we'll know if you made it or not.
Yeah, you can't actually just roll it like you have to drag and drop it.
Yeah, you have to actually drag and drop it in there, and it'll roll. You'll see a shadow, and I see what you rolled. So, Merrick, you pick up. His voice sounds weird, and you think that he's actually trying to alter his voice a little bit. Like it sounds almost a little too baritone, like he's trying to talk low on purpose. He does tell you that he's a member of the Harpers, and shows you the brooch for those of you who hadn't noticed it yet. Says he has a mission that you're in a very unique position to complete. If you're interested, he could give you details.
I'm interested. What kind of details are there?
What's it pay?
Well, we can talk about all those things. You see, we've captured a merchant recently who was planning to illegally purchase a red dragon egg. I would like you to pose as that merchant and his hirelings and go to the buy site, make the transaction, and I'd like you to place a magical pin on one of their backs, which we can use as a scrying device to track them back to their headquarters. He indicates that. He indicates that. Who's human? There's only one of you who's human, isn't there?
Cromwell.
Yeah.
Cromwell. Okay. He actually indicates that you, Cromwell, resemble the buyer. You're a bit heavier set than that guy, but your face is similar, and if you were to dress in clothes, for that matter, at all, you might be able to pass for him, especially in an alley in the dark.
Sure, let's do it.
So he has a sack that he drops on the table. He indicates that would be the payment you would offer to them. It's fake, of course, but it would pass a cursory inspection just for the exchange. The party will refer to you as the buyer and themselves as the seller. There's been no names exchanged. Once the transaction was complete, I'd like you to bring the egg back to the stables behind the tea kettle, and I'll meet you there and take possession of it. If you complete this successfully, I can pay you 200 gold pieces, which would be paid upon delivery.
That's a lot of money. Let's do this, guys.
Under no circumstances should you fight the sellers or harm the egg. The point here is to track them. So if you kill them or capture them, it really defeats the whole purpose.
Sounds really disappointing.
When and where is this transaction supposed to happen?
There's a barn just outside of town. It's on the outskirts of Flan, to the north. It's supposed to happen like tonight, so time's pretty short.
All right.
How should we transport this egg?
It should be given to you in a sack or
What
in
kind of egg
a
is it?
satchel. If not, it shouldn't be large enough that it wouldn't. It should fit in a backpack, at least if you emptied it out.
What kind of egg is it, Jason?
It's a red dragon egg.
It is
what
red
they're
dragon.
claiming.
Okay. Well, time's a waste, and let's go do it.
Okay, everybody in agreement?
Yeah,
It's disagreeable.
I'm hungry. I need a good omelet.
All right. So, it's about 20 minutes heading north out of Flan. It takes about 10 minutes to get to the gates, and it's not quite like pitch black dark. It's starry, and the moon's out, so visibility's pretty good. You travel for about 20 minutes north after leaving the gate. And
I'm assuming we've gotten the proper disguise for Cromwell.
Yeah, I would assume you guys would. He does have a set of clothes. He just doesn't really wear them. So, if he just put on regular traveling clothes, he'd look like less of a savage barbarian.
They slow me down.
All right.
Okay, before we get there, though, I want to, while we're walking there, I want to tell everybody that I realized this guy sounded like he was hiding something. He was changing his voice. I don't really trust this guy. I think he's probably really buying the egg.
I don't know. He seems pretty genuine to me.
Agents of the Harpers.
Do you think he was part of the Harpers, or just trying to disguise who he was?
We couldn't prove if he was part of the Harpers or not. That doesn't matter. What's more likely is that the people selling the egg are, in my opinion, probably, they're probably the Harpers trying to capture the buyer. So I imagine there's going to be a fight, and this guy's going to get the egg in the end.
So you think we should sell the egg to somebody else? What you're saying?
He's saying that we're likely sent into a trap.
I'm saying we go through with it and we don't give him the egg until he comes clean.
All right, let's do it.
We may
We can
have
make him talk.
other
Oh, am I locked up?
well. Let's go find out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the five of you, is it five? 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 5. Okay. So, the five of you do reach looks like the remains of what might have been a farm at one point, and now it's just an old abandoned barn and a rundown house. The barn is quite a ways away from the house. It's a pretty simple structure. It's open in the front. It's about 30 feet wide. Looks like it's about 80 feet long. Let's see, 30 feet wide. Oh, whoops, I need a... Does everybody have the map up?
The blank map? Yes.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because math is hard.
Yes.
Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 75, 80. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And whoops. Oh, that's right. I gotta let go of shift to change direction. And there we
Cool boxes.
go. Okay, and the okay, and that's the front door. So let's get some guys on the map here.
I'll take point. Some
Blue.
buyer.
Bloop. I do not have tokens locked right now, so you can move yourselves around freely.
Looks like it's the door, right?
And I think everybody's on the map now. Hopefully.
Jason, I presume it's dark. Can I look in?
It is dim light outside.
Can I look inside with my dark vision? Do I see anything in there?
Yes, you can look inside. What you do notice is there is a loft that covers, see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have a torch lit.
6, 7, 8. Let's see. Okay, this attempt at a dotted line.
Bless you.
Ah, hurt.
I think that's a dotted line. Yeah, there we go. That attempt at a loft that's about 10 feet above the floor of the barn. It is dark up there, and you can't really see anything. It looks like there might be some old hay, and maybe a crate or two up there from what you can see at the ground. You also notice that along the walls there are not an unusual amount of rusted farm implements, rakes and pitchforks and hoes and stuff like that. All of it looks very old and decrepit, like it hasn't been touched in a long time.
I'm gonna light up a torch.
Towards the back of the barn, you can see with your dark vision, you can make out there are how many? 4 figures back there.
And there's no
That
lights?
seem to be walking towards the front, towards you.
There's no lights, Jason?
They are carrying a torch.
Okay, I want to light up a torch too.
Okay.
I can't see shit.
Okay. So now you all are basically in bright light and everybody can see just fine. Let me grab... We'll just use descriptions for now. I don't feel like throwing shit on the map. So, a sinewy elf in gray clothes smiles at 3 humans that are standing behind her. I told you they would come. A dragon egg is much too valuable to pass up. She turns back to you. Now let's do this quickly. Here's what you asked for. She's holding a very large hide backpack towards you. She says, you throw over the payment to me, and we will leave the egg here. We will exit the barn, and then you can leave after 5 minutes have passed. No muss, no fuss. She pauses for a second. She says, wait a minute. Something's not right here. I don't remember you being this tall.
It's the boots I'm wearing. They have thick soles.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm the wrong person for this.
Does anybody, real quick before he rolls, did anybody want to chime in to his reason?
I think I could come up with anything better. That was good.
The light reflecting off the, the light.
It's just the light in the barn.
Light in the
shadows.
Yeah.
All right.
The light in the barn and my boots.
Holy shit!
What, roll 20?
No, not a 20, but pretty damn good for a guy with -1 to his charisma check. She looks and she's like, yeah, maybe that's it. And then one of the guys behind her's like, it's probably the shadows, boss. So, through dumb luck or incredible skill, you managed to convince her that, no, I'm the same guy.
Yeah.
So,
a little bit of both.
I want to check the egg before we actually pass off the money and make sure.
Yeah, she needs to show us the egg. She can put it back in the bag.
One of us should be able to go up and look in the bag to see if there's an actual dragon egg in that satchel.
I'll tell you, I'll do that.
Okay. Now, I want to remind you, because I know we blew through this, one of you needs to plant the silver pin on them.
All right. Who has it?
That would be sleight of hand, by the way. So
that should be me. I'm really good at sleight of hand.
Just FYI.
Not trying to go with. If anybody else wants to do it, I don't care if I do it or not. But
what's your chance?
You're good at it.
And someone needs to. I also need someone who's willing to use deception to do the whole exchange, to work on the exchange. So nominate your people that are going to do that.
Well, that won't be me. I'm not very deceptive.
Right.
I have +5 to sleight of hand, but I'm horrible at anything else.
I have +2 to deception.
Excellent. You do
Anyone
that.
else better at being sneaky and deceptive?
Not that
No,
good of a
but-
party.
But I'm pretty good at nature, so I can look at the egg.
All right, cool. No problem. You can go up to look at the egg as well.
All right.
So I need a sleight of hand test in the box, and I also need a deception check in the box. Go ahead and give me the nature too, so you can check the egg.
Okay, Jason, I'm going to trip on the way up there and start screaming and
Okay.
just kind of make a distraction.
Okay, trip and hit your ankle on. You know what? You wait till you see a decent sized rock on the ground, and you fall and look like you smash your knee on it.
Yeah.
Um,
it
however,
hurt, too.
I'd like a performance check. Let's see how convincing it is.
So what skill's performance now? Oh, there's performance.
That's
Never mind.
charisma. Okay, so I got my deception from Merrick. I got my sleight of hand from Cromwell, who's like a ninja apparently.
Cromwell.
I do very few things, but those things I do very well.
You go, buddy.
Have you not seen my 2 checks?
I did not.
Uh-oh.
Did you drop them on the little tower?
Yeah, here is the nature check.
Do you just overlap the
Merrick,
tower
are you
at all?
casting a spell, or were you just checking stuff?
I was
Okay.
wrong.
All right, you're going to have to tell me how to do this
You
again.
go to skills.
So go to your skill,
I'm there,
drag that little d20, and drop it on the tower box down in the bottom right.
in the bottom right. That's what I'm doing.
And when you let go of it, it should roll.
He's not rolling.
Well, it's not
It's
D20. You hold you left click the number and hold it, like the +5 or +2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not the
There
little
we go.
blip.
Now I
It's
saw
probably
it.
clicking the blip.
And you wanted
Okay.
a performance check as well. Yeah, that's not going to be good.
There we go. Okay, so as you're walking up, Ithel, like, he slips and stumbles, and then he regains his composure and smashes his foot into a rock, and as he jerks back from that, he falls and hits his knee on it. It looks painful. You all are like, oh, Jesus, I hope he's okay. And the 3 guys, like, they all, like, go for the hilts of their swords, like, and then she's like, wait up, hold on. And then he gets up, and he's like, oh, sorry. Oh, my God, that really stings. Oh, right on the shin. And you can see her. She's just like, are you kidding me? It's actually an excellent distraction because as you're doing that, Cromwell walks up and as he's reaching for the bag, or reaching, to lift up the flap of the bag, he just ever so gently, those of you who are paying attention, slips the pin into the pocket of her tunic, just like whoop, just drops it in. No, like nothing rustled or anything. Merrick is fairly convincing as he presents the diamonds and the payment, and you guys seem legit, like you're the buyers. And then Ithel, you look over the roll nature. Sorry, you rolled perception. There we go. Wow. I mean, you can only see the top of the egg. Like, you can't take it out of the pack. It's wrapped in very tightly. But the scaling on it and the little spikes on it and ridges are definitely appropriate for what, in your many years of studies, any drawings you've seen of a red dragon egg.
Very nice.
Okay.
Can I feel the weight of the bag? Are they not letting go of the bag yet?
Oh, the bag's on the ground. Yeah, you can heft it. It's you're not sure exactly how heavy one should be, but it's got weight to it. Yeah, it's not light.
Okay.
Okay. Well, she looks in the bag. She seems satisfied. By the way, there's a shitload of diamonds in this little bag, the fake diamonds. But she seems happy. She takes the bag and she says, remember, 5 minutes. We don't need anyone connecting us. And she backs up and they turn and start to walk towards the back of the barn, out the double doors in the back.
Is there any way up to the loft from where we are right now?
You see it's hard to see for all of you because you're only like just inside the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are probably about here, maybe, if you guys want to position off of him. But towards the back, you can see a ladder that goes up towards the top of the loft. It's up against the far wall, like to the north.
Okay. So, do we actually want to wait 5 minutes? Or if we do, I feel like we should like keep it watch on the doors and stuff. See when we try.
Check out the loft if we're waiting here 5 minutes.
And they went out towards the back. So
Yeah.
there's a door in the back.
I'm curious, how is it we're gauging what 5 minutes is anyway?
I have a sundial.
At night. Well, the shadow of my torch says it's been about 5 minutes.
He is a cleric of the moon.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So it's a moon dial.
So I'm gonna go right there and see if I'm just gonna peer around the corner, see if I see him leaving.
Okay. You see them. You know what? They don't actually come out of the back. They come out of the front door. And you see them heading south towards Flan.
Okay.
They are not waiting. They keep moving.
Okay. We don't see anyone else.
As they get, kind of start hitting the wood line of the trail, the road that goes back to Flan. As they're getting out of sight, give me a perception check, guys.
Everyone?
Yes. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. You don't even need to. Hold on. Skill. I'll let you guys just roll it this time. But from now on, I forgot. I can just set a perception check difficulty.
Am I a perceptive bastard as well, Jason?
I don't know.
I'm a perceptive bastard.
Bam! So I can make it roll your guys' perception for you.
Nice.
Boy, Elwatar is on the ball, as well as Cromwell and
Yeah.
and Eldrin. Actually, okay, so everyone but Ithel makes the check. now that I'm looking down the numbers.
You mean the cleric of the moon didn't see anything? Oh, no, that's
He's
Even with the
apparently
plus
busy.
5 perception.
He was busy apparently looking out the door. I'm going to go ahead and lock tokens. We'll assume this is where everybody was. Lock tokens. Okay. You hear. A voice interrupts all of your observation, and you see a tough-looking half-orc male brandishing a mace who walks around the side of the barn from the east. He says, the toll for passage out of this barn is that egg. I'm sure you'll hand it over peacefully so I don't have to take your lives instead.
You thought wrong.
Yeah, you thought incorrectly.
That sounds like a
Orc.
challenge.
Okay. Well, guys, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Can I challenge him to a contest of strength?
You are more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'm
You
challenge.
did already say you thought wrong,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
you'll have to challenge him mid-combat, but
Yeah.
for future reference, you might challenge him to strength before saying, fuck you, let's throw down.
All right, I forget what initiative is.
I'm going to fix your...
It's
It's
on
on
your
your main
main
tab, and it is one that is definitely worth hotkeying.
Where is it again?
On your main tab, kind of right in the center, you'll see an init bonus.
Next year AC and speed.
Yeah. Where it says init, there's a little die on the box. Just double-click that, and it'll roll your initiative. And add it to the
Sorry,
track.
I am an idiot.
But you're our idiot.
Yeah. You're on the main tab, right?
Yeah?
Okay, dead center. You see your armor class.
I see it.
Just to the right, isn't it? There you go. Okay, not great.
Makes me have 16 back.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and reveal their initiatives now.
That was the wrong one.
So, you got a thug here. He's actually a half-orc. I realize he doesn't look like one, but he is. There is a bandit here who steps out. Another bandit who comes around the corner on the other side. He's careful not to get right next to Elwatar. And then, up on the loft, you see two more bandits who are hiding up there.
Mm-hmm.
Come up to the edge. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off the combat now. Let's make it round one. Come on, round one. There we go. Round one. Merrick Maplesap actually steals the initiative. You're the first one to react. You're like, whoa, thumb's going down. What does Merrick opt to do?
Eddie, look this.
I'm going to zoom our map in a little bit so we get a better look at what's going on here. Especially since you guys aren't really doing anything in the back there.
Okay.
It's always fun to have a nice view of what's going on.
With poison spray, does it not have a modifier to attack at all?
I don't know. It's your spell.
I think the DC for them to say.
I'll look at it. Poison spray is a saving throw.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's a DC 12 save. So what you'll do is target the people it's going to hit, and then you click that, and it will roll their saves for them.
Okay.
What's the range on poison spray?
It's
It is a 10-foot spray. Is it a cone? Oh,
I
no,
don't
just one guy. I got you. So up to 10 feet away, though.
So you gotta move closer.
Um,
Come on, Jason or Josh, you can move, attack, and then move some more.
Yeah, your movement is just throughout your turn. It's not like a move action. So you're going to move 10 feet to...
up on a ledge, but the